The crowds cheered, the cameras flashed, and the political world leaned in. But she stood quietly beside him, sketchbook in hand, eyes on another canvas. That image captures the new reality of Rama Duwaji. No longer the mysterious partner of a rising politician, but an artist stepping into her own light. Her presence, once whispered about in online threads and tabloids, has now become a statement, one that merges art, activism, and quiet defiance in a single breath. You've heard of Zohran Mamdani, Queen's Assemblyman, mayoral frontrunner, progressive disruptor. But behind every headline about his policies and rallies stands Rama illustrator, animator, ceramicist, and now public figure in her own right. For years, people painted her as the invisible spouse, the artist who stayed away from cameras and campaign speeches. But that narrative no longer holds. Her work is bold, her voice is growing, and her story deserves to be told not as an accessory to power, but as power itself. Rama Duwaji was born in Texas to Syrian parents and raised across Dubai and the Gulf before eventually finding her creative home in New York. Her upbringing, split between cultures, languages, and continents, shaped her art in profound ways. The daughter of immigrants, she learned early what it meant to navigate identity in fragments. Her pieces often carry the emotional weight of diaspora, soft, intimate portraits juxtaposed with political undertones. Her resume already reads like a global artist's dream: collaborations with Spotify, Apple, The New Yorker, The Washington Post, and even the Tate Modern. But beyond the commercial sheen lies something deeper. Her art feels personal, like a diary rendered in color and form. On her website, you don't just find pretty visuals, you find emotional cartography. Each brushstroke maps migration, belonging, memory, and womanhood. In one series, she paints fragmented faces emerging from sand-colored backgrounds, evoking both exile and endurance. But somewhere between sketches and commissions, fate, or more accurately, an algorithm had a plan. In 2021, on the dating app Hinge, her path crossed with Zohran Mamdani's. He was a bold New York assemblyman from Queens, a democratic socialist known for fiery speeches and sharp suits. She was an artist who preferred quiet studios to crowded rallies. By 2024, they were inseparable. Later that year, Zohran proposed in Dubai, surrounded by Rama's family. Early 2025 saw their New York City Hall wedding, small, intimate, and completely off the political radar. Yet, as his political career skyrocketed, the world's curiosity about her only grew. For months, her absence became internet legend. One tweet read, "Where is Zohran's wife?" Another asked, "Why doesn't she appear at his rallies?" When reporters scoured his campaign website, her name wasn't there. And when she stopped posting on Instagram, speculation, really deepened. Conspiracy theorists whispered that she was being hidden for political reasons. Others thought she simply wasn't interested. The truth? She was painting. Critics once hinted that she was avoiding the spotlight. But now, the story has flipped. After her husband's historic Democratic primary win, Rama re-emerged, not as a political spouse, but as an artist, commanding her own narrative. She released new artwork, her visuals echoing the same social justice ethos that defined her husband's campaign. Suddenly, the press began to catch up. The Economic Times called her a pro-Palestinian artist stealing the spotlight after Mamdani's landmark victory. Time described her illustrations as emotional resistance through color. Her Instagram, Rama Duwaji, once dormant, came alive again. Over 70,000 followers now watch her blend art and advocacy in real time. Her feed isn't about aesthetics, it's about empathy. She posts haunting sketches of Syrian women in displacement camps, powerful digital portraits of Palestinians enduring occupation, and bold animations depicting climate grief and resilience. Her work doesn't preach, it pierces. But what truly sets Rama apart is how she merges artistry with activism. She doesn't just create, she curates emotion. And quietly, she's begun influencing more than art. She's shaping narrative. Insiders close to Mamdani's campaign say she played a subtle role in designing its visual tone. The muted reds, the hand-drawn fonts, the warmth of imagery that felt human even in a political storm. Volunteers describe her influence as soft but everywhere. One said, "You could see her in the posters, you could feel her in the campaign's heartbeat." In a world where politics thrives on exposure, Rama's approach feels revolutionary. She isn't trying to brand herself as a politician's wife, she's, redefining what that role means. When asked about her privacy, she reportedly said, "Visibility is not the same as value." When Zohran publicly thanked her after his win, calling her an incredible artist who deserves to be known on her own terms, it wasn't just a husband's tribute. It was, really, a line in the sand between political tokenism and artistic independence. For years, women married to public figures have been defined by proximity to power. Rama flipped that script. She built a life parallel to it. Her story isn't one of disappearance, it's one of discipline. She understood something the world often forgets, that in the age of viral fame, choosing privacy can be the ultimate form of control. And now that she's choosing to step forward, it's on her own timing. In recent months, she's appeared at select art events and charity exhibitions, her presence commanding quiet awe. She's spoken about cultural displacement, about how identity feels like a country you can't always return to. Her interviews, rare but impactful, show someone deeply reflective, an artist aware of how politics and art can intersect, but cautious about how they blur. When she's seen beside Mamdani now, it's not as a shadow, it's as balance. The fiery candidate and the contemplative artist, two forces coexisting, neither overshadowing the other. Together, they've become an unlikely power couple, the politician who fights through words and the artist who fights through color. The irony is that what once made her invisible now makes her magnetic. Her decision to remain grounded, to resist the pull of political performance, has only intensified fascination. In an age when everyone's selling something, her refusal to sell herself is its own brand of rebellion. And maybe that's the real story here. Not the romance, not the mystery, but the quiet revolution of a woman who chose art over applause. She's proof that you don't need to stand on stage to change the narrative.